Hi guys, Colleen from The Resonant Path here. Just going to do a Christmas movie review for you. And this one's called A Jar Full of Christmas. Now, this one starts off with Rose McCready, who's played by Brooke Burford, and I'm sorry if I get that name wrong. And her mother has just died, and she inherits her mum's house in Lake Placid. And she returns to the snowy town with her daughter Lily, who's played by Cassie Margren. Once again, apologise for the mispronunciation if it is, to sort out the property and her mother's affairs. Back home, she reconnects with her childhood friend Summer, who's played by Cara Maria Sorbello, and crosses paths, with Everett Walters, Jason, who's played by Jason Friedrich. And he's an old friend with whom she clearly has unfinished business. Rose soon learns that the local church, which was a key part of her mother's life, and the town's Christmas traditions, is in serious financial trouble and at risk of closing. To help, Rose, Summer and Everett decide to revive her late mother's famous Christmas jam recipe, and that's why this movie is called A Jar Full of Christmas, because that's what the jam is called, and everybody says it tastes like a jar full of Christmas. And so they decide they're going to cook this recipe and sell it. Now, as they work together, obviously, Rose begins to process her grief and reconnects with the community she left behind and rediscovers what Christmas means and gets closer to her daughter as well. The fundraiser brings the town closer, and the church, as the future grows brighter, and the shared project deepens the bond between all of them, like Rose and Summer, who haven't seen each other for a long time, and of course Rose and Everett for the love story, and Rose and Lily for the mother and daughter story. And obviously it opens to the door to renewed love, renewed friendship, closer mother and daughter bond, and a stronger sense of home. So anyway, this movie is very depressing. Like, that's really all I have to say about it. It's so depressing. It begins with Rose's employees refusing her to give her any time off for her mother's wake, so that she has to quit to be able to go to her mother's funeral and wake. And then we actually follow them to the wake in this Christmas movie. We actually have time in the wake, and we see Rose crying when she's telling her daughter that her grandmother died, and we see Rose losing it at the wake. So, like, there's so much crying and depression in this Christmas movie. And I like my Christmas movies happy and light and joyful, not depressed. And we, on top of that, we're introduced to Rose's ex-husband, Lily's father, who's portrayed as a really, really unpleasant person, really not nice person, adding another layer of depression and heaviness to the story. The acting was pretty weak, with the exception of Summer, who was the actual standout of the film. Summer, the best friend, she was a standout of the film. She brought genuine emotion and personality to her role, and I like the fact that she had a nose ring, some tattoos, some dyed hair, and she was like really nice and cool, and she knew how to smile. Nobody else in this movie knew how to smile. Even when it was supposed to be the uplifting, fun parts, they could even barely crack a smile, the other people. As for the Christmas elements, they were very non-existent. The decorations were minimal. There was hardly any Christmas activities. And overall, this movie was the most depressing Christmas movie I have ever seen. And if it wasn't for Summer's performance and the fact that I was doing a review, it would have been a do not finish for me. I could have easily spent the time doing something way more enjoyable. However, if you don't mind a lot of tears and a lot of doom and gloom in your holiday movie, you might like it. So you can watch this if you really want to on Amazon Prime, and this has, I think, the lowest candy cane points I've ever given, and I was very generous trying to help the movie out. It only got 36 candy cane points. So that's A Jar Full of Christmas, 36 candy cane points, and Amazon Prime if you really do want to watch it. Well, I hope you have a glorious day and do whatever resonates within your soul. Bye now.